Hi, Union family. I'm Gabe Kornbluh, and welcome to Take 5. Today we're breaking down how political ads work, how they're paid, and what you need to know before taking these gigs. I'm joined today by SAG-AFTRA's Manager of Entertainment Contracts and Local Administration in the Washington Mid-Atlantic local, the local closest to my heart, Mr. Ryan Hastings.
Hey, Gabe, thank you for taking some time out of the recording booth to spend the afternoon with me.
It's a pleasure. So, Ryan, let's get into this. Where are most of these political ad opportunities actually coming from?
Sure, great question. As everyone knows, a lot of money is spent on political advertising every election cycle. And we obviously think about candidate spots, but political commercials are candidate spots, spots from political parties, and even issue or ballot measures. With these commercials, often a campaign might hire a voiceover performer, but depending on the spot, there are also on-camera performers too. And these spots happen at every level, nationally, state, and locally. And what we see is we see a high volume of political spots in regional markets, not just in major ones. And we understand that there is a high volume of these spots and also that they are very time sensitive during election cycles. And we are there to help political campaigns with this sensitivity and urgency.
Thanks, Ryan. And as we always say, we're all about ease of use and ease of interacting with performers. So let's talk about the Political Media Waiver.
Sure, the Political Media Waiver has been around for years, and it was actually created specifically to address the needs of political campaigns and political media consultants. So ultimately, what the waiver does is it makes it easier for campaigns to hire union talent by modifying the use terms and conditions. So for example, we know that a state Senate race is not going to be buying airtime nationally, and the waiver addresses that. So some of the things that the waiver addresses is digital use on streaming platforms, wild spot use, and it also allows the campaign to leave the spot up on their website for up to a year.
Yes, I have a lot of performers come to me who are established commercial workers and they want to get into the political space just because it's so much reliable opportunities. So especially for new members that are getting into this space for the first time, can you talk about some key things that performers should know kind of jumping into the political space?
Yes, of course. One thing that's really important to know from the beginning is that this is not a waiver to work without a contract. What this waiver does is it modifies the use terms and rates. So a way to think about it is that the Political Media Waiver kind of sits on top of the National Commercials Contract. It's also important to know that the Political Media Waiver does not apply to presidential campaigns or presidential primaries. And then finally, like any job you will take, it's important to know what contract you're working under. So this could be a variety of different contracts. It could be a regional commercial code. It could be the low budget digital waiver. It could be the national agreement, or it could be work done under the Political Media Waiver. And so the union has created a ton of different tools for you to use to help secure work. And it's just important for you to know what you're working under.
Thanks, Ryan. So we've covered the political waiver. Can you talk about other ways that we cover political commercials?
Sure. One other great option is the regional commercial code. That is a code that is used when the commercial is produced and aired in a specific area. So the regional commercial code is great for state campaigns, local or Senate races, or even state ballot initiatives. And what is great about the regional commercial code is it expands commercials opportunities outside of the major markets, and it helps contribute to the local creative economy.
I know that for a lot of performers, getting into the political space carries all sorts of connotations. So can we talk a little bit about what performers should keep in mind before taking one of these jobs, jumping into the political work sphere?
Right off the bat, I think it's really important to remember that SAG-AFTRA is a nonpartisan organization. We have members that work across all political parties. Also, and this is not contractual, but it's a bit of a pro tip, be aware of the public association with the commercial's message and be okay with that. And then finally, if you have any questions or you're unsure, reach out to SAG-AFTRA. That's what we're there for.
Thanks, Ryan. I think these nuances are so important, and just riding on the coattails of pro tips that are not contractual, I want to provide another one that for those of us who come from traditional commercial work where there's brand and client conflicts, in the political sphere, there's sort of an industry understanding that when you're taking new gigs, especially, that you're aware and ready to discuss the work you're doing, the candidates, messaging, and regions that you're already hired for to avoid any overlaps. So, Ryan, how can members kind of help create more opportunities in this space?
Members can connect campaigns with SAG-AFTRA. The union is there to help people navigate these contracts. The locals can send out free casting notices. We can help them find talent, both voiceover and on camera. And we can also create free cost estimates of the work. We are extremely easy to work with. I pride myself with that and my colleagues. We're there to provide any sort of support that political campaigns, political media consultants, or even agencies might need.
Thanks, Ryan. And I think, political agencies, they work at such a breakneck speed. They have the built in fear that this is going to be really complicated. And as someone who's helped turn a couple agencies to become signatories, all the feedback we get is just how surprised they are at how easy it was and how easy it is to continue to work with us and with union performers, which is what we're here to do. So thanks for joining, Ryan. And it was lovely to bring some more education to our members. If you're watching and you want to learn more, get some more details, visit sagaftra.org/political ads, or as always, contact your local office.